It was a Thursday in October when I received an unexpected call from my granddaughter Gabriella. At 74, I was already used to long periods without news from my family. Since my husband João passed away 5 years ago, visits had become increasingly rare. Grandma Teresa. Her voice sounded different, a little nervous. How are you? Well, my dear. What a surprise to hear from you. Grandma, I wanted to invite you to the theatre with me next Saturday. There's a really good play showing. I was surprised. Gabriella was 28, had a degree in business administration, and worked for a big company. Why would she want to spend Saturday night with her 74-year-old grandmother? Are you sure, dear? Don't you have better plans with your friends? Of course I'm sure. The play is at 8 p.m. at the Municipal Theatre. Can I pick you up at 7 p.m.? I accepted, even though I was suspicious. In recent years, my children and grandchildren only appeared when they needed something. A loan, help with a problem, or on obligatory dates like Christmas and birthdays. I spent the whole week getting ready. I took my navy blue dress, the prettiest one I had, out of the closet. I went to Dona Conceição's salon to get my hair done. I wanted to look presentable to accompany my granddaughter. On Saturday, Gabriella arrived punctually at 7 p.m. She looked beautiful in an elegant black dress and high heels. Beside her, in my simple dress and low shoes, I felt out of place. You look lovely, Grandma, she said, but I noticed an anxiety in her eyes. During the car ride, I tried to make conversation. What play are we going to see? Oh, it's a comedy. You'll like it. What's it called? It's about family. Very beautiful. Evasive answers. I began to suspect something was odd. We arrived at the Municipal Theatre, and I was impressed. There was a crowd at the entrance, well-dressed people, photographers. It seemed like an important event. Gabriella, are you sure this is the place? It looks too sophisticated for us. Yes, Grandma, I am. Let's go in. She guided me through the entrance, showing the tickets to the doorman. We went straight to our seats, second row, right in the center. Very expensive seats. Dear, these tickets must have cost a fortune, I whispered. Don't worry about it, Grandma. The theater was packed. I recognized some famous TV personalities, politicians, business people. It definitely wasn't a common play. The lights dimmed, and the show began. But instead of a conventional play, an elegant presenter appeared on stage. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a very special night. Today we celebrate life stories, stories of people who have marked their families and communities with love, dedication, and wisdom. My heart started to race. Gabriella squeezed my hand. Our first honoree tonight is a special woman. Teresa Aparecida da Silva, 74 years old. I felt the world spin. My name. My age. On the big screen, my photo appeared. One I didn't even remember being taken. The presenter continued. Teresa has been a widow for 5 years. She raised 4 children working as a seamstress. When she retired, she continued to help her family, taking care of grandchildren, always discreet, always present. Tears started rolling down my face. Gabriella squeezed my hand tighter. But what Teresa doesn't know is the impact she had on the life of every person in her family. Let's hear some testimonials. On the screen, my eldest son, Carlos, appeared. My mother has always been our safe harbor. When I was unemployed with 2 small children, she shared her retirement with us without complaining. She never talked about it, but we found out later. I didn't even remember that time anymore. To me, it had been natural to help. My daughter Anna appeared. When my husband left me and I was left alone with 3 children, Mom appeared at my door with 2 suitcases. I've come to live with you until you get back on your feet, she said. She stayed for 2 years taking care of my children while I worked. More tears. I thought they didn't even remember that. My son Paulo appeared in the video. Mom paid for my college by sewing at night. I would come home late from work, and she'd be there, at the sewing machine, making clothes to order to pay my tuition. She never complained, never said she was tired. Emotion overwhelmed me. Gabriella hugged me. "And now," said the presenter, "let's hear from the grandchildren." Gabriella appeared on screen. "My grandmother taught me to cook, to sew, to be strong. When I was a teenager and fought with my parents, I found peace at Grandma's house. She always had a hug, advice, homemade sweets." My grandson Raphael, 25 years old, "Grandma Teresa lent me money to start my business. When I offered interest, she said, 'Family doesn't charge family interest.' Today my company employs 15 people." My granddaughter Camila, "When I moved to another city to study, Grandma called me every week. Not to ask about my grades, but to ask if I was eating right, if I was happy. That care gave me the strength to continue." The presenter returned. "Teresa always thought she was just Grandma, that her contribution to the family was small. But her children and grandchildren know that she was the foundation that kept everyone united." Suddenly, the theater lights came on, and the presenter said, "Teresa, would you please come to the stage?" I froze. "I can't go up there," I whispered to Gabriella. "Yes, you can, Grandma. Everyone is waiting." With shaky legs, I stood up. The entire theater was on its feet, applauding. I walked down the aisle towards the stage, still not believing what was happening. When I climbed the stage steps, I saw my whole family there. My 4 children, my 8 grandchildren, sons-in-law, daughters-in-law, great-grandchildren. All smiling, all applauding. Carlos approached with a microphone. "Mom, you always said you didn't do anything special. But for us, you did everything. You raised 4 children alone after Dad passed away so young. You worked tirelessly to give us an education." Anna took the microphone. "Mom, you never asked for recognition, never demanded gratitude. But we decided it was time to publicly show how important you are." Paolo continued, "This tribute is our way of saying thank you. Thank you for every sleepless night taking care of us when we were sick. Thank you for every sacrifice you made without complaining." My youngest daughter, Lucia, was crying. "Mom, you always thought you were bothering us when you called. You never bothered us. Your calls were the best part of our day." The presenter handed me the microphone. With a choked voice, I managed to speak. I don't know what to say. You are my life. Everything I did was out of love, not obligation." Raphael came onto the stage. "That's exactly why you deserve this tribute, Grandma. You love without expecting anything in return." Gabriella approached. "Grandma, I'm sorry I lied about the play. But we wanted it to be a surprise." "How did you organize all this?" Carlos explained. "Months of planning. Each of us wrote about what you meant. We found that we all had similar stories, of a mother and grandmother who always put family first." The presenter returned. "Teresa, in addition to this tribute, your family has prepared a surprise for you. They bought you a new house, close to all of them, so you won't feel alone anymore." I couldn't hold back my tears anymore. Anna hugged me. "Mom, you'll never spend a weekend alone again. We've organized a schedule, there will always be someone to keep you company." "And there's more," said Paolo. "We started a family fund for you to travel, to see places you've always wanted to visit." The entire theater continued to applaud. People in the audience were also crying, moved by the tribute. "Teresa," said the presenter, "your story represents millions of Brazilian mothers and grandmothers who build families with silent love and dedication. You are an example that true success in life is measured by the love we give and receive." When I finally managed to speak again, I said, "During these last few years, I felt forgotten. I thought I was no longer needed by you. Today I discovered that the love I planted grew and multiplied." Camila took the microphone. "Grandma, you were never forgotten. We were just too busy to show our gratitude. That change is starting today." The ovation lasted over 10 minutes. When we went down from the stage, hundreds of people came to greet me. Many said the tribute reminded them of their own mothers and grandmothers. Leaving the theater, the whole family went to dinner together. For the first time in years, I felt I truly belonged to that group. Carlos drove me home, and before leaving, he said, "Mom, forgive us for letting you feel forgotten. From now on, you'll get tired of so much affection." That night, lying in my bed, I looked at the certificate of tribute I had received. Teresa Aparecida da Silva, Mother and Grandmother of the Year, for a life dedicated to unconditional love. At 74, I discovered I wasn't the forgotten grandmother. I was the beloved matriarch of a family that had finally learned to show gratitude, and that the love I had given for decades had taken deep root in each of their hearts.